Shalom. Give all praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to the Akim, pushing this word in sincerity and truth. This is Kazak from GMS Jamaica, and this lesson is gonna be about animals, right? Because if you check, as a matter of fact, the reason why how the spirit actually led me to this video is, the other day, me and the Akim, right, was doing camp, and a brother, one of the Akim, bring up something that happened on the road a while back, when somebody asked what we are gonna do for food. And the brother say, "Oh, look, the Lord feed Elijah with a raven, bird," right? And the person's reaction was bird. He must say, make no sense, you see me? I must say, look, wait from bird. It basically it seemed far-fetched to him. Right, but it actually don't far-fetch. Seeing it actually can happen, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna bring out a few scenarios in the scriptures involving the Mosai using animals, right? And then we're gonna get some not real world, right? Some modern scenarios, right, in which animals do certain things. Seen no, right? Because the reason why me even want to do this video is, it basically for sure the lack of faith in people today, right? That's a lack of faith, because you believe say humans or man can basically train animals, right? Man can train animals. Seen, if a man can train an animal, then what more the Most High will actually make the animal. Seen, we control it, we control all things, Seen, so it's not far-fetched for in the coming days. You see me? You see, the Most High use animals to do certain things. Seen, as a matter of fact, animals have keen instincts, right, which basically make them certain things what them do naturally, right? You have some animals were trained for the things, and some animals were are just them natural instincts to do certain things, right? So I'm gonna start with this first, this scripture first, right? This is firstly, I'm gonna read from verse 3. It says, "Get thee hence, and turn thee eastward, and hide thyself by the brook Cherith, that is before Jordan. And it shall be that thou shalt drink of the brook, and I have commanded the ravens to feed thee there." So he went and did according to the word of the Lord Yahweh. For he went and dwelt by the brook Cherith, that is before Jordan. And the ravens brought him bread and flesh in the morning, and bread and flesh in the evening, and he drank of the brook, right? Seen, so the Lord sent him to go hide himself, right, and somewhere where him get water, right, and what the Lord sent bread and flesh for him by the means of a raven, a bird. Seen, in the morning and in the evening, right? So why you feel don't think it is impossible or it is far-fetched for in these, the Lord Yahweh Shai is still in command, Seen, so it is not far-fetched, it is not an impossible thing for see these things take place, in the coming times, right? Now this second account is gonna be, right, it comes from Numbers. Sorry, this is Numbers 22 and verse 29. Let's see, where do I start at 29? right? Now this is the account of Balaam or Balaam, seen Numbers 22 and verse, let us see, I'm gonna start at 25. It says, and when the ass saw the angel of the Lord, she thrust herself into the wall and crushed Balaam's foot against the wall, and he smote her again. And the angel of the Lord went further and stood in a narrow place, where was no way to turn either to the right hand or to the left. And when the ass saw the angel of the Lord, she fell down under Balaam, and Balaam's anger was kindled, and he smote the ass with a staff. And the Lord opened the mouth of the ass, and she said unto Balaam, what have I done unto thee, that thou hast smitten me these 3 times? Right? So that's basically the point when we did want to bring out here. The most I use and the most I speak to Balaam to the most I cause the ass to speak to Balaam, yo. Right? Right? Let me read a little further. And Balaam said unto the ass, because thou hast mocked me, I would there were a sword in mine hand, for now would I kill thee. And the ass said unto Balaam, am not I thine ass, upon which thou hast written, ever since I was thine unto this day? Was I ever wont to do so unto thee? And he said, Nay. And the Lord opened the eyes of Balaam, and he saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way, and his sword drawn in his hand. And he bowed his head and fell flat on his face. Right? Let me read further down. And the angel of the Lord said unto him, wherefore hast thou smitten thine ass these 3 times? Behold, I went out to withstand thee, because thy way is perverse before me. And the ass saw me and turned from me these 3 times. Unless she had turned from me, surely now also I had slain thee and saved her life. Right? Seen. So basically the ass, right, the donkey, the dumb animal, right, and she see the angel of the Lord, 3 times standing in the way or in the path, right, and she basically stopped. See, and in doing so she saved Balaam's life, yo. And guess what? Him smite her, and then the Lord opened the mouth of the ass, and the ass speak to him, yo. The donkey speak to Balaam, right, and say, why hast thou smitten me these 3 times? See, so it's not there goes another scenario, yo, where the Most High actually I use an animal to do certain things. See? Right, and next one, this is going to be from the book of Daniel, right? Let's see, 6 and verse 22. And we are familiar with this. We are familiar with this one, you know what I mean? Right. Right, now these are the story of Daniel being cast into the den of lions, right? And what the Lord do? The Lord shut the mouth of the lion. As a matter of fact, before them cast Daniel into the den, right? Them basically starved the lions, right? As to have Daniel ripped apart immediately after entering into the den. But guess what? The Lord shut the mouth of the lions, yo. See? And them never touched Daniel. This is verse 22. It says, my God hath sent his angel, and hath shut the lions' mouth, that they have not hurt me, for as much as before him innocency was found in me, and also before thee, O king, have I done no hurt. Right? And I'm going to continue that one from Hebrews 11 and verse 22. Verse 33. Right? Well, no, I'm not. Yeah, we don't have to read that. Don't have to read that one. Right. So now, what I'm gonna do is, so now that we bring out some some scripture references, you know what I mean, of animals or of the Lord, you know what I mean, doing wonderful things to animals, you know what I mean. I'm going to bring out some modern day examples as well, which is still the Lord at work, yo. You see me? Working to the animals. Right? Now this is a brief synopsis of the of Saint Bernard dogs. You know what I mean? Yeah, those dogs that you see in movies, right? In like snow areas, in cartoons, they depict them as having like a little barrel of liquor underneath them chin, around them neck. Seen? It and this actually comes from this brief art synopsis or history actually comes from the Smithsonian Mag that the Smithsonian Mag.com, and this going down to this paragraph here, it says life-saving work. The canines made rescue excursions on the St. Bernard Pass for the next 150 years. Often the dogs would find buried travelers, dig through the snow, and lie on top of the injured to provide warmth. Meanwhile, I'm read from here. It says go up back a little further up. It says the maronniers were routinely accompanied by the dogs, whose broad chests helped to clear paths for travelers. The maronniers soon discovered the dogs' tremendous sense of smell and ability to discover people buried deep in the snow. Right. And who give the animals them sense basically the heightened senses that them have, yo. The Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right? The animal, them keen sense of smell, sense of direction, everything, all of that come from the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Seen? You have a scripture in Exodus where say, oh look, where say the Lord formed the ear, right, and the Lord formed the mouth. Him created the blind and the dumb. Or just paraphrasing. See? So all senses come from the Lord. Everything come from the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. See? Continuing, sense of smell and ability to discover people buried deep in the snow, and sent them out in packs of 2 or 3 alone to see lost or injured travelers. Alright? So basically, people, the maronniers used to go travel with the dogs, but then after a while them send them out like in packs of 2 or 3. Right? It says the canines made rescue excursions on the St. Bernard Pass for the next 150 years. Often the dogs would find buried travelers, dig through the snow, and lie on top of the injured to provide warmth. Meanwhile, the other dog would return to the hospice to alert the monks of the stranded pilgrim. The system became so organized that when Napoleon and his 250,000 soldiers crossed through the pass between 1790 and 1810, not one soldier lost his life. Right? The soldiers' chronicles tell of how many lives were saved by the dogs in what the army called the White Death. Although in legends, casks of liquor were strapped around the dog's collar to warm up travelers, no historical records exist that document this practice. Right? Right. Can seeing so yeah, I'm gonna end it right there for that. Right, and next we're gonna go to let's see. Alright, we're gonna go to this story of how some bottlenose dolphins, right, save some people from sharks, right? says more move over rover, let flipper take over, da 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 da. Alright, so, and this article is from 2004. It says it emerged yesterday that 4 swimmers were saved from a great white shark by a pod of altruistic dolphins who swam in circles around them until the humans could escape. Alright, Rob Howes, a British-born lifeguard, had gone swimming with his daughter Nissi and 2 of her friends off Ocean Beach, near Whangarei on the North Island, when the dolphins suddenly appeared. At first, he thought the mammals were being playful, but he soon realized the danger the swimmers were in. They started to herd us up. They pushed all 4 of us together by doing tight circles around us. Mr. House told the New Zealand Press Association he tried to drift away from the group, but 2 of the bigger dolphins herded him back just as he spotted a 3-meter, right, that's 10 feet, great white shark heading towards him. I just recall, he said, it was only about 2 meters away from me. The water was crystal clear, and it was as clear as the nose on my face. They had corralled us up to protect us, right? Right, so yeah, so there we go again. These dolphins are wild, you know what I mean? They weren't even trained, right? But by instinct, you know what I mean, they were able to help these swimmers from the great white shark, the danger of the great white shark, yo. Seen? And who sent them? The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai sent them dolphins, yo. And him said yo, the Lord in control of everything, yo. You know what I mean? So Akim, don't be as the faithless 2/3, yo. You know what I mean? There are many ways the Lord working in miracle, mysterious ways, yo. Right? Seeing Abba can save us any way he want. Seeing? And I'm speaking specifically to the times that we are heading. Right? In the times that we are heading, yo, hey, we're gonna see some miraculous things happen to it and happen to us and for us, yo. I'm telling you. Seeing? The Lord's gonna do some miraculous things, yo. Right? You're gonna have, brothers, you're gonna have brothers that get rescued by animals, yo. Right? I get fed by animals. Seen? Trust me. Right? Let's see here. I'm just gonna read one last. See, this is the last animal account that I'm gonna go into because I don't want the video to be too long. Right? It says pigeon post, right? And this is from Wikipedia, and it says pigeon post is the use of homing pigeons to carry messages. Pigeons were effective as messengers due to their natural homing abilities. The pigeons were transported to a destination in cages where they would be attached with messages. Then the pigeon would naturally fly back to its home where the recipient could read the message. They have been used in many places around the world. Pigeons have also been used to great effect in military situations and are in this case referred to as war pigeon. Right? And a lot of we supposed to know this, you know what I mean, because personally I grew up watching cartoons, you know what I mean, like World War cartoons that depict pigeons carrying messages, yo. You know what I mean? I've seen that practice on television though, not in real life. You know what I mean? But what I have witnessed in real life, you know what I mean, is the pigeon's ability, right, to find its way back home. You know what I mean? This is something what me experiencing myself. You know what I mean? And how it works is that basically if you catch a wild pigeon, you know what I mean, all you do, you leave it in the coop or in the cage or wherever for like a few days, maybe a week or two. And for like a week, you know what I mean, then you basically clip its wings, like you pull out some of the end feathers so it won't fly away, you know what I mean, and you let him out, right, so him can walk up and down free in the yard or wherever, you know what I mean. And after a while, when the feathers grow back and him start flying and roam, guess what, him gonna come right back home, because at this him know as him new home, you know. That's how him might get fed and all these things. And you'd even, yeah, and guess what? The thing is, you wouldn't even have to force it back into the cage or to the coop, because it naturally gonna go back, yo. See, birds naturally have great homing senses. See, which is why it's so easy for them to migrate during certain seasons. Right, during whenever winter is coming, you have birds, flocks of birds, ducks, everything just migrate, you know what I mean, and then after a while I see them come back. See, so yes, animals have great instincts, yo, and guess what, the Lord Yahweh Hashem shall give them those instincts. See, and in the times to come, yo, yeah, we're gonna see that are gonna be one of the amazing things that the Lord are gonna do for you, right, using animals to help us, right. You're gonna have animals where rescue brothers, yo, where carry food come to brothers, you know what I mean, where basically I watch out for brothers, warn brothers, right. So yeah, hopefully with this lesson, you know what I mean, a member of the group is edified. So like, yeah, hopefully this lesson was edifying, you know what I mean, to the body and to the elect, you know what I mean. Until the next one, we want to say all praises again to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Kodash, Babylon to the apostles of greatness stone, and Shalom to the Akim, pushing this word in sincerity and in truth. Alright, Shalom. King 17